Big news for Soundhound AI stock investors. Now, during the day, you might have asked some questions. Why was the stock down 7.5%? To be honest, I have no answer for you. But after hours, the stock is now up close to 6%. Why is that? Well, if you've been following the news, you know that this today was the Nvidia GTC event. Lots of announcements, lots of great speakers. You can go on Nvidia's own YouTube channel and look at the 2-hour keynote speech by Jensen. Some amazing announcements there. But you might also remember that Soundhound partnership with Nvidia, they had something to announce as well, and that's exactly what I want to touch on in this video. I also want to touch on the current state of the company because it's great to see those announcements. It's great to see the stock go up and up and up. But sometimes as investors, even if you are long-term investors, you know that the market doesn't really care whether you're long-term or short-term. The stock also doesn't know that you own it or not. So sometimes you might see these volatile moves. Sometimes the market will realize, look, right now, markets analysts usually look 12 months ahead. They're like, okay, the stock has gone up too much. Fundamentals don't really justify the current valuation, and so we're going to punish the stock. I just want to make sure that we're all on the same, let's say, level here. If something happens with the stock, that doesn't always mean that it is business related. It can go both ways, right? You can go up based on business, can go down based on business as well. But on the flip side as well, the stock can go up based on nothing with regards to the business and the fundamentals. Stock can go down even though the business does well. Just so we're clear. So right now we're at a market cap of what, $3 billion or so. Stock is up quite a lot year to date, close to 300%. Remember, we touched on this stock when it was at $1.80, $1.90 or so. Then of course we had the Nvidia announcement, we got the earnings call, the AI hype cycle, everything goes up and up and up. So again, congrats to all the shareholders, all of those that bought earlier this year. But if we look at valuation, right, even if we look at the analyst estimates, the growth rates, we know that this is a fast growing company. We also know what the outlook is looking like, and the analysts are expecting exactly the same than what the company is expecting. So for fiscal year 2024, 51% growth, and then for fiscal year 2025, 47.8% growth, while still remaining unprofitable. Growth rates, top line, incredible. But if you look at the valuation here with regards to EV to sales, close to 40 times, even if you're growing that fast, and by the way, this is next 12 months, it still is quite a lot. And so while all these announcements are great, you as an investor, even if you are a long-term investor, you only have to focus on one thing, and that's the business performance. Now, before we go and look at the new announcements with regards to the partnership with Nvidia, if you enjoy this type of videos, leave it a thumbs up, subscribe if not, we really appreciate that. If you want to support me even further, do check out the link down in the description and in the pinned comment to get the top 10 best stocks to buy now, or go to fool.com/couchinvestor. Thank you very much. So, Soundhound will offer on-chip voice AI with Nvidia that delivers in-vehicle generative AI responses with no connectivity required. So, what does that mean? This marks a new chapter for generative AI, proving that the powerful technology can still deliver optimal results in the absence of cloud connectivity. Soundhound's work with Nvidia will allow it to significantly expand the number of places and situations that generative AI can be deployed. This is great for Pillar 1 and Pillar 2 of their offering, and should I say, or maybe should I say could, re-accelerate and accelerate their business further and further. We're going to look at the numbers of their recent earnings report in just a second, just for a quick recap. Nvidia Drive will enable Soundhound Chat AI, a breakthrough in-vehicle voice platform that combines both real-time and generative AI capabilities to provide responses even when there is no connectivity. So this is basically Soundhound AI chat for automotive, leveraging Soundhound's highly advanced, fully independent voice AI platform to build a custom, fully owned experience in your vehicle. So you can ask questions such as, well, show me romantic restaurants in San Francisco that have more than 4 stars on Yelp. I don't know who uses Yelp, but okay. And have a patio, but exclude chain. And then you can go even further and further. And then, of course, if it's an autonomous vehicle with Nvidia's chips as well, it will drive you to that spot. Currently, Soundhound powers in-car voice experiences for top automakers such as Mercedes-Benz, Hyundai, Stellantis, Honda, and Kia. So going back to that announcement, they continue by saying here, vehicle intelligence understands a verbal request and seamlessly provides answers, including settings, safety, troubleshooting, and vehicle maintenance without the need for a cumbersome physical document. For example, I see a flashing light that looks like a car battery and I'm not sure what that means. What does the auto hold button do? How do I use that feature that lets me drive hands-free freely? Basically an AI assistant in your car that knows the car very, very well. In addition, the vehicle intelligence users can ask more general questions that can help drivers plan a trip or a vacation, such as we've seen before, but here are some extra questions. Where are the best locations to take photographs on the Pacific Coast Highway? What kind of dishes count as Californian cuisine, etc., etc. So, together with Nvidia, we're marrying the incredible capabilities of generative AI with all the advantages of edge computing. The net result is a fast and private voice experience with seamless results, and with this new level of adaptability, the possibilities are endless. As for the vice president of automotive at Nvidia, he's saying, we're working with innovative partners like Soundhound, which by the way, this also means that they're working with others, not just Soundhound, to bring generative AI and accelerated compute into the car, enhancing the occupant experience and bring greater safety behind the wheel. Soundhound's in-vehicle voice interface powered by Nvidia Drive can provide drivers with fast, accurate information even when there's no connection. So again, this is great, and this also proves that there is a partnership between Soundhound and Nvidia, not just an investment by Nvidia. Now, switching to the recent earnings report, if you need a small reminder, revenues increased 80% year over year. Total operating expenses decreased 23%. So we see some top and bottom line improvements. Still quite negative despite adjusted EBITDA increasing 80% year over year. Increasing meaning on the good side. Still a loss, 3.6 million. Now, as for the business outlook for 24 and 25, as we've seen before, the analyst expectations, you can clearly see here that they're quite in line with what Soundhound is expecting. So for full year 2024, midpoint revenue of $70 million. The company is also introducing a 2025 outlook in which it expects its growth to accelerate with revenue exceeding $100 million, achieving positive adjusted EBITDA. Probably the positive adjusted EBITDA aspect here is more important than exceeding the $100 million because again, exceeding $100 million could mean 101, could mean 102, just like the analysts are expecting, or could be way, way higher than that. We don't know, but the important part here is positive adjusted EBITDA. Now, in the coming quarters, what I would like to see if there is suddenly a big increase with regards to the combined cumulative subscription and bookings backlog. Right now, sits at $661 million. It represents a 2x increase year over year. But that's because they combined both things together. I already touched on that in the previous video. If you want to watch that, it's going to be in the top right corner. But with all the announcements, especially also with the acquisition of Sync3, I would like to see if the backlog continues to grow faster and faster. If not, then you have to ask some questions, right? Because yes, if there is a lot of momentum with the stock, then eventually you think that the business itself should reflect that, right? Because ideally you want the business to grow fast and then the stock reflects the performance of the business, not the other way around. So it remains to be seen. Right now, really seeing no reason why you should be pessimistic on Soundhound besides the valuation. That's of course one thing you have to take into consideration. Lots of you have been asking, is it okay to buy, to sell? Taking profits, you shouldn't be ashamed of taking profits, especially not if you're up 100, 200, 300%. Not saying sell all your position, but taking profits, why not? Anyways, do share your thoughts down in the comments below. If you enjoy this type of videos, leave it a thumbs up, subscribe if you have not, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.